Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lavender Water Podcast. This is your host, Matthew Williams, and today I'm being joined by a very special guest from my home state of Ohio. She is a brand owner. She is a super worldwide icon in the making, and we are very lucky to catch her before she is too famous to know us. Give it up for Tosha Ann, the brand owner of Proper Gnar.
Hey, what's up?
How are you doing?
I'm good. Busy, but good. What about you?
Really the same. Extremely busy all the time for good reason.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I definitely go through like some phases where I'm like super busy and then like some phases where it's like I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing today, but it's nice.
Yeah, a big philosophy I like is rest and movement. There's a time for action and a time for sitting still, and you just got to know when to take that time. Sometimes you want to be active when you're supposed to be sitting still, and sometimes you want to sit still when you're supposed to be moving. So,
Yeah, I agree, and like sometimes your body will like make you rest if you're being busy when you're supposed to be chilling. But that's one cool thing about being an entrepreneur. You can kind of like decide when you want to work and when you want to rest.
yeah, especially when you can really make it work for you. Um, I was overhearing a coworker one time at my job talking about he has a friend who made a lot of money trading crypto, and then he started his own business, and now he makes his own schedule. And the guy who's working there, he's telling the story. He's like, "Yeah, I couldn't do that, man. I need a set schedule, man." And it's like, not everyone is cut out to, have that free range of their time to, they have to hold themselves accountable. Some people need that schedule, that routine,
Mhm.
and that's all right.
Yeah, yeah. I like to have like somewhat of a loose schedule, but I don't like strict schedules because I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah, but, I think it's all about everyone's relationship with self-discipline
Right.
and not beating yourself up too much, but then at the same time holding yourself accountable.
Exactly. Gotta find that balance.
So I got a couple questions. It's not really an interview, but for those who don't know about who you are or what you do, give us a little background on who is Tasha Ann.
All right. So Tasha, and I'm a mom. I'm from Ohio. I grew up most of my life in this small town called Greenville. Then I moved out to California for a little bit. Then ended up coming back to Ohio. I'm in Dayton now. I've been an artist for like honestly as long as I can remember. Um, and then I started Proper Gnar like 12 years ago, and it's always kind of been like a side hustle thing. I always had like Proper Gnar and another job up until like 2 years ago, where things kind of like blew up. But yeah, I'm an artist. I make skateboards. I do apparel, and yeah.
Super dope. So yeah,
Thank you.
I remember the kind of like the pivotal moment where it was like, oh, it's colossal now. This is not just for play. This is whoa.
Right. Yeah, the whole like Beyonce Black Parade thing. Yeah, that was like June of 2020, and yeah, that pretty much changed my whole like life like projection. Like pretty much changed like my whole business and everything. Like that's when it basically went from, you know, being a side hustle to like this is what I do now every day. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
It's a grand feeling.
Yeah, it was like shocking. I'm like super grateful for it because like once that happened, it just like opened up so many more opportunities for me. Like it was weird because like there was so many like companies and like skate shops and stuff that I had like reached out to and like messaged before, like when my company was like small, and then like the whole Beyonce thing happened, and now I have these people that I reached out to years ago that like left me on red, like circling back around. It was interesting.
There's this part. You ever seen the movie Money Talks with Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen?
I don't think so.
Okay, so roughly the movie is about Chris Tucker is like this street hustler. Charlie Sheen is this news reporter who like busts him for a news report. And then like Chris Tucker ends up intertwined in a prison escape, reverse heist kind of thing. And he's wanted for murder. And then Charlie Sheen, in a sense, has to help Chris Tucker clear his name because he's the one who like put him in jail and all this stuff, put him in a situation. So there's this part where like Charlie Sheen has to like redeem himself because his first story about Chris Tucker failed in his boss's eyes. It was like nobody cares. So then he was basically fired, and he was like, "But I got the ultimate story," and it's like, "I'm gonna get this story alone." So there's this part where like Charlie Sheen is like leaving the office, and he like whispers to himself, "I can't wait for you to eat my ass." Which I think is like that's how it goes when it's like you reach out to these people, they leave you on red, it's like, yeah, you're nobody, and then it's like now they're the ones who are like, hey,
right?
Remember?
Yeah, it's funny like when that happens and like you see the old message like pop up because like you never deleted it, and I don't know, it's just like ironic.
Yeah, that's got to be like, I mean, for me, that would be like a big ego stroke. I'm like, yeah, look who came crawling.
Exactly. That's what I be thinking like every time.
You're out here representing for the black women skating. Because I know being from Ohio, it's not a lot of skate parks, therefore not a lot of skate culture. And I like that you're bringing that.
Yeah.
And the flavor, the colors, I just respect the journey.
Thank you. Yeah, it's weird. Like Ohio, it has its like little pockets of skate culture. Like you'd be surprised. I mean, like Rob Dyrdek's from here. I want to say like Habitat skateboards. And like Alien Workshop and shit like that. But yeah, it's gotten better in recent years. Like I feel like I definitely see more skaters now than when I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, like it was not that common at all. But yeah, depending on when you like go to the skate park now, like especially like in the summer, like that shit can be like packed out. Not necessarily with like people that look like us. Like honestly, like living in Ohio, I've probably met like 5 other like black women skaters just like sporadically across the state.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a black woman ride a skateboard in the state of Ohio. I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy, yeah, when I really think about it.
Yeah, it's a struggle like with my business, and like I always want to use women that skateboard in my photos because I mean that's like who it's for, especially black women, and it's like a struggle. Like I feel like if I lived somewhere else it would be so much easier. Like a lot of times I have to like send my stuff out to girls in other states because they're just like aren't the black girls that skate here.
Yeah, but I mean, it's to me it looks like a worldwide thing, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to strictly be Ohio. I think you know, because it's not like a representation of Ohio, it doesn't have to be stuck in Ohio, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I do like to be like kind of hands on with my shoots. Like I kind of like to be there and like direct them. Like the only ones I don't mind if I'm not there is if the photographer is also a skater. Because there's just like some things that like I don't know in skate photo shoots that like if you're not a skateboarder, like you don't really know. Like there's been some people that I worked with where like they're like mall grabbing or something, or like they never get any like good action shots. Like they can get pictures of people like rolling, but they don't know when to like take the picture to like make it look like make the trick look cool, like shit like that. So like
I guess.
I don't know, I like to be there to kind of like direct it.
Yeah, I definitely understand that, protecting the brand and, keeping that integrity of it and,
Mhm.
keeping the image consistent. Um,
Mhm.
but, it's a new world out here, networking and finding the right
Mhm.
people, aligning yourself. But I know the struggle personally of, like, I personally like to do everything myself in a sense. Like, I like to
Mhm.
be the one taking the picture, telling people what to do, editing the picture, you know what I'm saying? I like
Yeah.
every single job. But I'll say, like, it's not necessarily that, like, I'm a control freak, but it's like, when it's your vision, only you can really bring it to life, you know what I'm
Yes, exactly. And that's one thing I really had to work on as my business grew because like I always did literally everything up until like 2 years ago, like from the website to like the accounting, the photography, like the artwork, the customer service. So like, there were some things I had to let go because I needed to grow like other parts of the business. And
saying?
as a like somebody that has like a entrepreneurial like spirit, that's like so hard to let go because like you said, like you have to be able to like get your complete vision, and that's hard to do with other people. Like you have to find other people that can like work in the same aesthetic as you, and like that's something that's like really been like a struggle for me, like especially with like social media and stuff, like giving up like my captions to other people, especially also with like skateboarding. Like I don't know, you just can't come off like fake with that shit. I don't know. It's hard.
Right. Yeah, you gotta come out hard. You gotta come out representing. 'Cause it's real.
Mhm.
I spent some time in San Francisco for like 9 months in 2000. It was like 2014, 2015, and I was
Mhm.
like in Job Corps doing cooking. But like all of my friends were like skaters from SoCal, so
Mhm.
I ended up being a skater with them because from the previous Job Corps in Cincinnati, this kid I knew his name was KJ. He gave me a Dark Star or what was
Mhm.
it? Is that the brand name?
Yeah. Yeah. They're like
So
in
yeah,
Walmart now.
yeah, it was like, yeah, I guess about that time, he said it was like a $100-something board. And I'm like, no way, bro, no way. And then like when I took it to San Francisco, everybody's like, "Really, Dark Star, bro?" So he gave me a little clout with it, even though I didn't know what it was. But like,
Mhm.
uh, I didn't really know how to do no tricks. But like all my friends, all we do is just skating through town, drinking, smoking. You know what I'm saying? It's a great
Yeah.
time, and
Mhm.
it's a real culture. I met this. So it's like I used to chill in front of like the federal building in San Francisco. There's like this area called the Tenderloin, which is like the ghetto in a sense. Um,
Mhm.
but it's like right there next to the federal building. But this is where you find the best weed from people who don't smoke weed because they're trying to sell weed to get hard drugs. But
Oh.
I would like always meet like the most randomest drifter from across the country, and they'll tell me like a whole life story, and we'll smoke. And I met this dude one time. He was talking about skating, and like we seen this dude. He was rolling on one of them like $3,000 electric skateboards, and he was like, "Yeah,
Mhm.
man, stuff like that. That's destroying the culture, man. That's not real." I'm like, "Yeah, man, synthetic skateboarding. Like you're going up a
Right.
hill on a skateboard, bro. Like,
It's cheating. It's not fair.
Yeah, man, like you gotta have the Charlie horses, you gotta have the noodle legs, you gotta feel
Right?
like you just did a workout. You,
Yeah. Like, you gotta be, like, sweaty.
you should not be wearing
Like,
khakis on a skateboard.
right? Yeah, and there's, like, some skaters that are, like, so purist where it's, like, they don't even fuck with, like, longboarders. Like, and that's a lot of skateboarders to this day, honestly. Like, I just started selling longboards, like, maybe 8 months ago because, like, I don't know, I just never really fucked with longboards.
Yeah, I personally don't like riding longboards because they're long. They're kind of weird. Like you get used to that little, the curve on the regular board. So it's like, sometimes they don't come with it. And it's just kind of like, oh, I'm real free right here. Like I don't really feel protected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it honestly took me seeing, like, a lot of girls, like, really shredding on longboards to, like, kind of get into them. And, like, one of the girls that I sponsor, she kind of switched over from skateboarding to longboarding. And, like, I feel like the skaters that do that are, like, I don't know, when they longboard look so fucking cool because, like, they can do a lot of the same tricks on a longboard that they did on a skateboard, and it looks crazy.
Man, as long as it's it's still
like,
popping.
before I started, like watching, like, I just thought, like, longboarders just, like, they just cruise. I didn't know they actually, like, did shit like that.
Yeah, because everyone I ever seen on a longboard just rides it. I ain't never seen nobody do nothing on it.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of girls. I honestly don't know if I have ever seen guys show a longboard, but there's a lot of girls that are doing it right now. And they have, like, the longboard dancing stuff, too. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I've seen like the videos where they be doing like the little slaloms and stuff, and
Yeah.
it do be looking cool. Ooh, so yeah, so being that you're from Ohio, and like my experience with a lot of people from Ohio, and then me also being from Ohio, there's kind of this underlying tension between yourself and being from the state, and kind of like this lifelong battle of leaving or staying.
Yeah.
I got people that I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying you summed that up perfectly. But yeah.
But I got people that I know that come from different countries, different states, different cities, to come to Cincinnati, Ohio, of all places in the world, and they get stuck in in the cloud. And it'd be sad to see because it's like, man, you're from a cool ass place, man. Why did you come here? And then it's like when you kind of like because my journey with Ohio is like I've left to live other places a couple times, but I always end up coming back. This is the longest I've left. I've been going. It's about to be 4 years in October. Well, at the time that this episode comes out, I definitely have been here 4 years in Metro Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, like, living there, actually.
So living in Atlanta, Georgia, which is kind of like where every Cincinnatian wants to be for some reason. I think it's the way that I rationalize it is that it's the same city with just the better amenities, basically, and it's just really the same feeling as Cincinnati with just more chicken wings, really.
I don't know. Like, I went to Atlanta, it was like a year and a half ago, and I'm about to go back here again soon. And I don't know, I get, like, I agree with what you said, but like, I don't know. I just felt like, I don't know. Have you heard it referred to as like Black Hollywood or whatever? Like, I
Yeah,
don't know. I just felt like I fit in there. Like, it's not too expensive of a place, but it's like cooler than Ohio. And like, I don't know, I just saw like so many Black people like thriving there. So it was like inspiring to me.
yeah. That's the reason why I came. Why I wanted to be here. It felt like Black success. It was likely. It was more opportune than where I was from.
Mhm.
But there's always this battle of trying to leave, and some people have a battle of trying to pretend that they're not from it.
I feel like you just with everything you said. Like, I don't pretend that I'm not from there, but when I moved back to California, I did not update my Facebook that I moved back just because I was like, damn, I'm like everybody else that like moved away and came back. Like, that's just embarrassing.
I mean, it happens. It's happened to me a few times.
Mhm.
But the last time that I left, it was kind of like fuck y'all though. Like, so it's like I gotta kind of stay gone.
Yeah.
But I think is for me is my next level. Uh, Even if I don't stay here for the rest of my life, it's like I think I had to take the step to leave, and people in my life that I really know, there's a lot of people who are still there, and it's by choice, and there's some people who just can't understand why I wanted to leave so badly,
Mhm.
and I think it's just from my own circumstance, what I wanted, I felt couldn't materialize for me in that environment. And it's very clear. It works for other people, but for me, it's dead soil. And maybe some people will say, it's how you look at it, bro. It's not where you're at. It's what you do. And it's like,
Mhm.
if I can't make cohesive relationships to advance to the next level there, then clearly I got to go somewhere else to do those things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like I felt like that for the longest time, but like for various reasons I like haven't been able to leave permanently. So like I've kind of just had to make it work, but I can't say that I made it work with people from Ohio necessarily. Like I I made it work through like the internet and like social media, but I feel like in a way Ohio did make me because I probably wouldn't have hustled as hard to get to where I'm at if I didn't know in the back of my head that like Ohio wasn't it for me. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's definitely being from there and seeing what it is and then living in it on a daily basis. It either makes you submit to it or it makes you be like, I gotta get the hell out, man.
Yeah, like it made me do some like extra creative shit to like figure out my pathway to get out of Ohio.
Mm.
Right now I'm like kind of in like a weird spot because it's like I can move and like I do travel a lot just to like get out of Ohio often. But like, you know, my partner, he honestly has his like dream job right now, so I don't know, I feel kind of bad like uprooting, you know, him from like what he does. And like my daughter, like she just started high school and she has her whole like friend group and stuff. And like I transferred to high schools when I transferred schools when I was in high school, and I know like how negatively it like affected me and like my friendships and stuff. So like I don't know, I feel bad doing that to her as well. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'm just gonna have to like make Ohio work for me for the next like couple years. So yeah, it's like in a weird spot. And I definitely feel like I'm super proud of like what I've done right now living in Ohio. Like I never would have imagined that I would be on like Zoom calls with like celebrities and like these big ass corporate companies like in Ohio. But I definitely feel like if I lived somewhere else, like I probably could have had success faster and greater success if I was outside of Ohio. I don't know.
Excuse me, I had to stop the dryer. It was going off very loudly.
I didn't even hear it, but maybe it's because you're on speaker.
But I would say this is kind of like a philosophy or an idea that I recently picked up, which is amor fati, which means a love of one's fate. Basically saying that ultimately every decision, every experience was necessary, good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like if the end justifies the means kind of thing. It's like,
right.
Is it worth it if you win in the end? You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
it's like to accept your life and accept that, okay, I made some mistakes, but I learned and I became better and I moved forward. You know what I'm saying? And I really think that no matter where you're at, you can do what needs to be done. But I think your path is going to put you where your path is going to put you, whether it's where you're from or somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And,
right.
for you to have the understanding.
You had to go through that path to get to like where you're at now.
Yeah. So it's like for you to have the understanding of what it's like to switch high schools, because I went to 3 high schools in 4 years, so it's like I could have like allowed it to be like I don't know anyone, but it's like I took some people with me from those experiences, but it was kind of rough, kind of being the new kid every time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can imagine.
But it's just part of the journey. And there's plenty of time, there's plenty of space, and it's all in perfect timing. I believe the principle is Kairos, God's timing, which is different from humans' timing. I learned this from a previous guest, Renita, on the episode Values Part 2 for anyone listening that wants to go into that. But we're moving accordingly to the plan. And, like we were talking before, there's a time for rest and a time for movement, like chess pieces. Like everyone's not moving all at once. It's like, hold up. This is a dance. It's got steps to it, you know.
Yeah, definitely just have to make the best out of what you're dealt with.
Yeah, I think you have a wonderful concept. You have wonderful opportunities. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. I don't really know you, but it's like just to see someone who had an idea and then they kept working at it until it worked. You know, in any instance, to me, that's a beautiful thing to see.
Right, and I think that's what like messes up like a lot of people. Like I feel like a lot of people go into like business or whatever they want to do with their life, and they like think success is gonna come like overnight or whatever. They give up too early, and I just think like what if I would have gave up like 5 years into this? Like I wouldn't be where I'm at now, like like at all. And I don't know, I think that's also why it's important to like do something that you're passionate about, because even if Proper Gnar never would have like became what it is now, I probably would still be doing it because it's what I love. Like it's my passion, it's what I'm into, and whether or not I was like making like good money off it, I was just gonna keep doing it because it's fun.
That's what it's all about. I was actually just talking to my brother before I talked to you, and we were kind of going into the same thing because he was asking me, because he's like, basically his thing is he's trying to deflect his stepson's attention to the rap game, because me and my brother we tried to be rappers like 15 years ago, and the state of rap is a little different than when we came up on it. We were listening to Wu-Tang and MF Doom and stuff, you know, like lyrical
Right.
backpack rap, you know. So it's like these new kids, they're listening to, oh, keep on taking the perks, keep on taking the Xans, you know, and they're actually doing it
Mm-hmm.
now. So his
Yeah.
stepson went to the hospital because he OD'd on Percocet, and you know, he's trying to snap his head out the game, like, you trying to be this rapper and you about to die, like, you know. So
That's
we were
crazy.
like talking about how like I'm still creating music, and my brother, he stopped a little while ago, and he was like, "What keeps you going?" And it was like, it's just that passion. It's just I like doing it. I feel like I have something, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like if the right eyes, ears, whatever got on what I'm creating, I feel like it could move, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
everything
And that's how
it
it
takes
is.
time
Yeah,
to
you just
build.
yeah, and like you said, like getting the right eyes on your stuff, like that's super important. Like I feel
Yeah.
like that's one of the things that I did within the past couple years, like and with the whole Beyonce thing, like like the girl that ran that campaign for her just so happened to be one of the people that like followed me on my Instagram account like forever. And you know, if she hadn't have seen that and like followed me, like I don't know, like I don't know, maybe something else would have came along, but I don't know if like I would have been like where I'm at if like the right eyes hadn't seen my stuff. And
I mean, ultimately, that's what it's about, is the right eyes and the attention that comes with it. And, you know, that's what
mhm.
makes a business, you know, consumer relationship, you know. And
Yeah, I think a lot of people like one thing they neglect in their business is like marketing and stuff like that. Especially like I have a lot of friends that are rappers, and I used to do like well I still do them occasionally for like certain people, but like album covers, like album art, song art, stuff like that. And I feel like so many people just neglect like the marketing side of like whatever they're doing. And
yeah,
yeah, it's like important. I understand like as an artist, like you don't want to do any of that. You just want to like make your art and go. But you gotta like invest a little bit into something.
yeah, it's like when I got into doing the whole Shopify thing, it's like, you know, a lot of people think is, okay, I put a design on a t-shirt, I sell it, I make money, you know what I'm saying? But it's like,
Mhm.
who's gonna buy it, you know? And you know,
Mhm.
you have to make people want it. It has to look good. It has to be in their price range or whatever. They have to be willing to spend what you're asking for it.
Right. Like you have to make your stuff seem cool enough for people to want to pay that much for it.
Yeah. So
Cause that, like with my stuff, like if people wanted, they could go to Zoomies or like CCS and get like a $45 skateboard if they wanted to. But my most of my boards right now are like 70, 75. So
mm,
yeah, it definitely took like some work and campaigns and convincing to get to that point.
yeah, I mean, you have to establish your worth, and you got to stand behind it, and you got to stand on it.
Right. Exactly.
So going back to the Ohio thing, I think
Mhm.
it's like this is this internal battle sometimes when you leave sometimes, where it's like you feel like you have to go back to prove a point of, they got to see me glowed up, man. They got to see me successful, and
Mhm.
like that was kind of like my original intention when I first left, was to come back. Cause I made a whole song about it. It was literally called "Come Back in the Phantom." It was like, you get a really expensive car, bring it to the hood. But it's like, you do that, they're not gonna love you. Like my homie from Frisco broke it down. He was like, if they didn't like you when you were sleeping on the couch, why would they like you when you pull up with the fancy foreign car with the umbrellas in the door? Like, They're going to extra hate
Exactly.
you.
Yeah. Or if they do like you, it's like fake. They only like you because of like what they think they can get out of you. Like it's not like they don't really care for you.
Lately, I've been having to like talk my friends out of the quote unquote shitting on people mentality. Going back to Ohio, and it's I think it's different for every scenario. But ultimately, I just think that just doing what you were put here to do and being in the pocket on your purpose. I think that's the best revenge for those who ever doubted.
Yeah, definitely. And just do what you normally do, and like they're gonna end up seeing it anyways without you even like trying to put it out there.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because like I knew some people like that, and like that's pretty much exactly what happened because like people locally share my stuff a lot, and it's like you can't even ignore me now because like so many people are like sharing my stuff. But I'm not really like a big like stunt on people type person. I'm kind of like an introvert, so I don't know. I don't really do that.
Ooh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Going back when you were saying people don't focus on the marketing, it's like people start a business and forget to do the business, and
Mhm.
it's like all these things that come with doing the business. So it's like, like I was saying, you think, okay, we're going to sell T-shirts, right? Boom. Okay, they don't want just T-shirts. We got to do shorts. We got to do underwear. We got to do swimsuits. We got to, we got to diversify. But okay, now it's not just clothes. Now it's a lifestyle thing, right? So then
Right.
let's make a phone app they can download on their phone. Okay, so now it's part of their life. They can shop on it. They can look at the news or whatever on it. Okay, let's do a podcast. Let's do the Lavender Water podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start a record label, La Perla Records. All right. So now they have music, they have audio. Okay. Now let's create a cryptocurrency for Once Nude brand. Okay, we got Nude Coin out there. So okay, now they can stock trade with the clothing brand for some reason now, and it's like it just keeps expanding, and then it's like all these things you have to learn in the background to like present it to people like it's easy. And I think my friends are really tired of it because it's like I keep coming out with new things that I'm doing, and I think at this point it's like, oh yeah, he's the guy who just overdoes everything, so we're used to that. It's not phenomenal when he does something like that because he just does that. And it kind of drives me crazy because it's like, why aren't you amused?
Yeah, but like I don't know, my friends kind of fuck with my business, but I feel like the biggest supporters of my stuff are like people that like I don't know at all, like just random ass like internet people, and like I don't know, my family don't really like fuck with my shit at all, really. But like I can't be mad. I mean, not everybody's into like art or like skateboarding or like streetwear, so.
I mean, like, I can respect that people will keep the energy consistent. It's not like suddenly like, wow, you be doing that? Wow. Like, where was that at? You know what I'm saying? So, I really can't even be mad at that. I respect it, actually.
Right. But yeah, it sounds like you got your foot in like all different kinds of bags. Like that's cool though. I I thought about doing the NFT thing because like like Stevie Williams from DGK, like he DMs me every couple months and it's so crazy because like I'm still like so starstruck over it. But like he just started his own crypto platform and he like sells NFTs and he was wanting me to do Proper Gnar NFT, but I ended up not doing it. And I don't know if it was like a good decision or not. I mean, I guess I still could if I wanted to, but like a lot of my customers are like Gen Z, and Gen Z don't really like crypto and like NFTs because they're like really bad for the environment, which I mean, I agree. I know there's like some that are like clean, but I haven't really like researched too deep into it. But I don't know. I feel like it would be like the idea that I had for the NFTs would be really cool, but I don't know if I'm gonna end up executing it or not.
Well, I mean, it's the world. I mean, you can stand on your principles, and I think the people that really care about what you do will respect it. And you know, if not, just drop it as some kind of like other kind of collection. Don't even have to be NFTs. Like this is what it looked like if it was NFTs. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You know what I mean? And still make it work for you.
Yeah, NFTs are like so weird to me because like I get they're like an investment and stuff, but like I did some of my own like when people first started doing them, and I didn't really like know too much about them, but I don't know, it's just a weird area because if you think about it, you're literally just buying somebody's like commissioned art, but paying thousands of dollars for it and hoping that it'll be like worth more. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's kind of how the fine art world works also, except it's like you can actually see it and touch it.
Well, it's a pandemic world. You gotta hang it up in the metaverse.
Yeah, it's weird because like I've seen some metaverse artists like they'll sell the NFT, but then they'll have an NFT art gallery, and you go see it in real life, and it's just like a regular art gallery. But it's like I don't know. This is like a fine art gallery, but with extra steps.
Yeah, but it makes it accessible to the average person, and I think that's what makes it cool.
True, yeah.
It's like with all the, this is a Lorenzo Lorenzetti Lebeau, and it is $45 million. It's like, why is it $45 million? Like, it's a picture of a boat that was painted with someone's finger. Like that's not $45 million.
Yeah, I don't get it at all. But more power to the artists. I would gladly sell some of my art for $45 million.
That's the goal, 45 M.
And then you look at it and it's just like this don't even look that cool. Like they're like my art's cooler, but whatever.
I mean, it's a different language over there, I guess, when they live by a certain set of rules, and if it doesn't fit that, then it's not that, and it won't move or whatever. But, when people bully a game like that, it gets kind of irrational.
Right.
But I think this is a good point to cap off the episode. Are there any inspiring words you want to leave the people with?
Yeah, I would say, I feel like this is going to be like so cliche, but I don't know, like don't give up on like whatever your passion is. Like, if I can do it, being from like Greenville, Ohio, like anybody can do it no matter where you're from, as long as you're passionate about it.
I think it hits a billion times harder when we see that you're living it. Like it's cliche when it's like just someone is saying, you just believe in yourself, man, and keep doing it, man. That's all you gotta do for real, bro. But it's like, as you just explained, 10 years of grind, and a lot of people telling you can't do that. See, it's not working. See, it wouldn't work by now. You know what I'm saying? But here we are. You're on the bigger and better things. The world is your oyster. I'm proud of you, like I said, and I'm looking forward to the next big great things, and I hope the best for you.
Thank you so much. You too. Like I see you out there grinding with Once Nude and all that. So yeah, good luck to you as well.
I appreciate you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, This has been the Lavender Water Podcast. I have been your host, Matthew Williams, and this has been my special guest, Tosha Ann.
Thank you. Bye.
Peace.